We had a freaky couple in basic training. So when I started basic training, we all got our heads shaved off, right? So we all looked the same. And there was this one chick that stood out to me. It was this short, chubby girl that like didn't fit in here at all. And to be honest, I wasn't gonna pick on her because she seemed sweet, right? She was probably there just to get the free education and then dip. So yeah, fair enough. But I quickly noticed that she was hanging out with this one ginger guy, like way too often. Like I would see them in the hallways, outside, everywhere. One day we got to topic of talking about her, right? Come on, you know the typical guy talk. So obviously we got to the subject of who you smashing in our battalion. And there were 4 girls there. And you see, the plot twist is that all of them were chopped. so you either starving or you're not. And we got to her, and everyone has an opinion on her. And some guy tells us that she's dating someone in the military. And right, we all just started like freaking out, like, no way, bro, that's fucking crazy. And I thought that was just some gossip, but whatever. And bro, during the last month of basic training, we got to have a bit more freedom. And so we were allowed to walk around the base more often alone. And I can't remember if I was going back from breakfast or from dinner, but I saw her and this tall, ugly ginger guy holding hands together whilst wearing their uniform. That has to be against the reglement. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, basically I'm walking back to the barracks and I see both of them just walking together holding hands. And as I'm walking past them, the guy's holding her right hand so she can salute. But this dude throws me a quick salute. I just turn around and give this guy the dirtiest fucking look. And so I get back to the barracks and I tell everyone, like, yo, they were holding hands together whilst walking to the fucking cafeteria. Everyone's like freaking out. And this one guy tells us, yeah, bro, they're dating. And so I'm like, oh shit, so that's who she's dating. And this one guy tells us that they actually sleep together in the same bed at night. They cuddle in the same bed and watch movies before going to sleep. And okay, let me tell you about the Latvian barracks, right? The rooms aren't too small, but we have about 5 bunk beds in them. Beds are pretty small, right? I'm like 6 foot and I have barely enough space in it, yet alone a fat chick and a 6'3" ginger guy, right? So I don't know, bro. I don't know how the fuck they sleep together in that small ass bed. That's some crazy dedication. And here comes the freakiest part. During our last week of boot camp, we had a FTX phase. FTX phase is basically a phase where you just stay in the woods for a certain period of time. It was like field training, but like for multiple days. So it was last week of basic training, which was late October, I think. July, August, September, October. It was like middle of October, so it was almost winter. And we had to spend a week in the woods, bro. And the weather app looked awful. Like every single day was literally a thunderstorm. So our morale was already like in the fucking ground. But thankfully when we got there, the weather was absolutely amazing, and we actually set up huge tents. We didn't have to sleep under the fucking small ass ponchos, right? We all slept in like big ass tents. And for our company, the FTX phase was absolutely amazing. Every single day it was sunny, the nights were clear, you could see the stars. It was genuinely so beautiful. But that was only for our company. When we got back to the barracks, literally the same day, we heard rumors that those two had fucked during the FTX phase. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. So, right, we were all sleeping in huge ass tents, right? So there was a certain amount of privacy that you could do, but I just can't like comprehend how could you hit that, right? Imagine you haven't showered in like fucking 7 days, and on the last day you decide to smash. That's like fucking a homeless person. Genuinely, like what the actual fuck. On the last night they took away our tents, so we had to sleep under the small ponchos, and we heard that they slept under the same poncho, which could be cap, because like literally the poncho is the size of a human, so you physically cannot fit two people under it. But okay, whatever, who cares? And it was fucking funny, dude. To be honest, that shit was funny as hell. How the fuck do you smash someone on the on like the 5th or 6th day in the woods? Imagine. It's just funny as shit to me. Like, how the fuck do you, how down bad do you have to be to smash someone on like the 5th day of not showering in the woods? Like, bro, that shit is fucking beyond me, bro. And they still kept that shit up after basic training. Like, basic training ended and we got to have so much fucking freedom, and these people would, and the couple would do similar shit like this as well, and they would still walk around the base holding hands together. So that was fucking bad. And one thing is that I heard after basic training was that chick had a boyfriend prior to going to the military, but she met this ginger guy in the military, so she left her boyfriend to be together with that guy. Bro, that's fucking crazy. And one thing that we know for sure is that they both stayed in the military. More precisely, the guy stayed in the military because that chubby chick stayed there. So he literally stayed in the military because of a bitch. Think about it. Like, what the fuck? When you sign the military contract, you have the ability to rent out a military apartment that is near the base. They're not super fancy and whatever, but the couple moved into one of those. And the funny thing is that the guy pays all the fucking bills. The girl doesn't even buy groceries. Think about it. That chick saves up all her money, right? Her money is her money, but his money is their money. And yeah, that's probably the craziest story I've had in basic training. Genuinely, what the fuck. And yeah, that's about it. Ata.